Okay, everyone, welcome. So today we will continue chapter three. And chapter three, we are talking about personality, attitude, okay, emotions, and the value. Okay, and before I started, I want to ask you: anyone know what is a mind map? Has anyone done a mind map? No. Okay. So normally the textbook is a sequential. So you read it through. We may have 15 pages about this chapter. Okay, and for a lot of people, whenever you get to section 4, you forget about chapter section 1, section 2. Okay, and so some I believe Swedish people or some North European person developed these methods called mind map. Okay, so this is a typical mind map for this chapter. We talk about personality to begin with, okay? Then we talk about values. Today we're gonna start to talk about values. Then we'll be talking about attitude. Then we'll talk about emotion and the moods. Then through the ASA model, attraction, selection, attrition model, we'll go to organization culture. There are 4 different things affecting organization culture. And so with this one piece of paper, you got everything, the entire snapshot of the chapter. Okay, so I want to get started. I didn't do a lot, but for certain chapter, I try to show you a sample. For some of you, that's probably will be very interesting sample. Last time we talked about the personality. Okay, we also talk about the Myers-Briggs test. Okay, and this test, okay, we have 4 quadrants, and each one has 2 possibilities. You'll be writing a paper on that Monday after next week. Okay, and today I want to tell you these 4 different dimensions. Okay, you may want to take a note. I tried to do some quick research. Everyone says the first one is IE. IE means introverted and extroverted. Introverted, extroverted is really talking about what? People's behavior, how they use their energy. Then the second one, talking about sensing and the intuition. This is talking about information processing, okay, or what? Perception and the learning process. So whenever you are doing the information process or learning process, you use your sense, okay, or you use intuition. The next one, thinking and feeling, TF. We are talking about what? Your decision making and the judgment process. Okay, how you internally processing different things in terms of judgment and the decisions. The last one, talking about J and the P, is talking about how do you organizing your life and your lifestyle, organizing and okay adaptation behavior. Okay, so personality can be so broad, and this Myers-Briggs focus on okay direct or receiving, or we can say behavior in 2 quadrant. Then talk about information process, perceiving and learning. Do you more likely to be this tendency or this tendency? Okay, to make a judging and the decisions, you are more thinker or feeling. You make decision or judgment by your critical thinking or by your gut feeling. Okay, the last one is okay, how do you organizing things? Okay, you like judging or perceiving. So we stopped here last time, and of course, I told you we have these 16 different things. Everyone has a unique one, and you have to do an assignment after the test next Monday. Okay? We then move to section 2, talking about values, attitudes, and the moods and the emotion. Okay? What is value? Okay? Values, we are talking about something you learn. Something is the value, is the principle in your life. Something right or wrong in your life. Okay? So your Christianity value is what? No cheating. Your Christianity value, what is good, what is bad. Okay? So value, supposedly no universal agreeable value, because certain value is good in Africa, but certain value is totally different in India. Certain value is bad in China, but it's good in US. So there's no universal value. Value talking about principles, okay, and the guidelines, okay, standards for people, okay. And typically we talk about two different kind of values, okay. According to some researcher, they group different values to two categories. Okay, terminal value or instrumental value. Okay, so I just discussed it. The value definition, the principle standard is what? Something right or wrong. Okay, right or wrong and the principle standard. So terminal is talking about something related to the life long-term goal or objective. Instrumental is talking about, okay, modes of conduct, a little bit short term. Okay, and they give you 18 different ones, and these are terminal, these are instrumental, and they still have a lot of argument. So I'm not going to get to detail. This is terminal or this is instrumental. It's a matter of definition, how you view it. Okay? But you have to know which one is more long-term objective, which one is more related to the conduct. The definition, if they ask you what is instrumental, what is terminal. Norms, we have been talking numerous times, and written informal code of conduct. Okay, and go back to the case later. What is attitude? Okay, attitude is talking about some position or the thought or the feelings you have. Okay, we have certain attitude towards something. Okay, we have certain position, we have some thought towards something. Okay, and these kind of things we call value. We call attitude. Okay, so let's take a look. Attitude, we're talking about enduring set of the second bullet. Okay, enduring feelings, beliefs, or tendencies. Okay, and that affecting behavior. Okay, and here the textbook mentioned two specific kind of attitude. Okay, as a manager, we want people to have what? These two attitudes. One is job satisfaction attitude. The other one is organization citizenship behavior or organizational commitment. Because these two attitudes can, okay, helping company to do a better job. Manager who are more committed, okay, you want everyone to believe in what the organization are doing, proud of what the organization stands for, more likely to go and beyond, okay, the call of duty, and they're less likely to quit. So organization behavior, organization citizenship behavior, and the job satisfaction are very, very important. You want people to believe in you. You want them to have an attitude to be positive, to believe in you. That's important. Okay? And we were talking about a case in the hotel industry. Page 65. Okay, if you have the textbook, Okay, we talk about hotel. So what's the most important thing in a hotel? Repeated customer. How to get people to come back repeatedly to come back. Quality of service. Okay, quality of service have two parts. One is what? Physical part. You have to make everything clean and nice. If you open your bed, you find out there's some hair in the pillow. Do you like it? No. Would you come back? No. So the physical is important. You go to the lobby, everything is clean. You see the coffee and the garbage everywhere. Would you like it? No. So physical, number one, environment should be attractive. Second thing is what? It's a hospitality industry. Are people friendly? Are people honest? That's important. Okay, and we are talking about two consultants. They mentioned what? Ethics are very, very important. Communication in the hospitality, listening skill, more important. People complain. You don't listen, you keep on explaining. You don't even finish listening. How can you explain? They talk about this, but they really mean something else. So that's important. Okay. Remember, we discussed Microsoft. The CEO is not African, Indian American from India. Okay. One of the principal he run the Microsoft is what? Empathy, listening skill. He wants all those salesperson understand the challenge for their customer, understand the problem with their customer, so they can come up with what? A met need. They can help them to identify, they can help them to use the new technology. Okay? Now, hospitality, same thing. In this case, preaching what? Listening skill. Would you write well? Would you do a good presentation? That's important, don't get it wrong. Okay? But in the entire communication framework, what's the most important one? Listening. Okay? So I want you to know, listening skill is very, very important. Presentation and writing, also important. But it's only 30, 40%. 70%, 60% of the things you really have to pay attention is what? Listening skill. Okay, so I summarize it. Okay, talking about promoting ethics value in hotel industry. Okay, in the hotel industry, what's the critical success factor? Repeated customer. Quality is important. Okay, physical and what? Service. Customer, the trust, loyalty. Okay, and the trust and the loyalty is going to coming from where? Integrity, honesty, and empathy. Okay, of course, efficiency in the cost saving is also important. Okay, but in fact, but most important thing is what? Quality of service. Most important thing is what? Integrity, honesty, and empathy. Okay, and so this book give two different persons. Okay, the first person is a professor, Judy Bronsnell. She worked at the Cornell University. She preach listening and the communication skill are the most important one. So whenever we are listening, we should be what? Focused. We should try to what? Comprehend. Then we should try to what? Interpret. Okay. And Scott mentioned there are two things. Okay. And we should focus on what? Patience and the deep breath method. Okay. You want to be focused, but your customer could be emotional. So you listen, you focus. If it's necessary, you use your what? Deep breathing methods to control your own emotion. Okay, and also talking about welcome atmosphere, climate of professional. So these two are the same thing, repeating. Then, okay, same thing. Here talking about focus, comprehension, and interpret. Here talking about what? Deep breathing, okay? Keep breathing, control your temper, focus. Okay? So talking about similar stuff. And there's a very famous book called Seven Habits. In the Seven Habits, they mention how to listen. 2, 3, 4. I want you to focus. Most people, whenever they are listening, you talk to your mom, she talked to you what happened with one event. She hasn't finished. You keep on evaluating. Mom, you're wrong. Mom, that's not right. Mom, you should have done this. So that's the issue. You should focus comprehension. You do not supposed to what? Evaluate and the prompt and what? Advice during the communication process. Okay? So I hope all of you folks can learn something. We have been repeating several times from Microsoft to hospitality industry. Listening skill, listening skill, listening skill. You interview with a potential employer, you talk to your mom, you talk to your whoever. You have to remember, Dr. Chen told us, we have to have empathy, listening skill. Listen, you can confirm, but you do not judge. You do not advise. You do not comment too fast. You try to understand, you try to understand, you try to understand the whole process. You know what's the most important thing? You build up the trust. They will say, wow, Emma, you really understand me. They feel happy. They feel trust. Then guess what? Even you don't have to sell. You get their business. Okay? After you listen to everything, then they say, okay, Emma, what do you want to sell? I'll buy it. Okay? So you building the trust. Okay? You need to have what? Empathy kind of listening skill. Okay? During the listening process, try to focus on understanding. Do you mean this? What does that really mean? What's the really important part? That's fine. But people are talking. You listen to say, that's good, that's not good. You didn't pay attention, you didn't focus. You have to understand and really make sure I can trust CM because she tried to take her time to understand me. Okay, so this open case is a kind of repetition. Hotel industry, just similar to what? Software industry, and similar to anywhere. Okay, other people, business communication. Okay, and maybe they also cover some listening skill, but most of them teach you what? Writing, writing, writing. PPT, 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 how to do a good presentation. Okay, and I tell you, more importantly, listening skill first, because listening skill can earn the trust, then what? Enhance rest of the presentation. So if you listen well, you don't sometimes you don't even have to present, okay, in detail. People already trust you. Even without your presentation, they want to buy your stuff. Okay, so that's the open case. Okay, maybe you read it differently. You think it's not a big deal. Okay, but I tell you, it's a big deal. Okay? It's important. And after the attitude, we also have another case, Subaru. Okay, has anyone has a Subaru car? A lot of people have a Jeep, or Jeep, or what, or truck, F-150 or something. Okay, especially in the southern part. What's the uniqueness about Subaru? I don't know. until my daughter married my son-in-law. Okay, my daughter, I told you folks, she works for the Amazon, make a lot of money. Okay, and my son-in-law is a senior analysis for the investment banker, also make a lot of money. They just bought another car, another Legacy, another Subaru. Okay, so I asked my daughter, why Patrick always buy Subaru? Dad, you don't know. Grew up in Washington State, heavy snow. Subaru is what? The most reliable all-wheel drive car. So if you go to upstate New York, Wisconsin, Michigan, you find out people use what? Subaru. Of course, as a brand, they also have a lot of good what? All-wheel drive car. But Subaru is what? Most focus, okay, most of their product on what? All-wheel drive. That's their specialty. They try to what? Get the maneuver and the control the best for their car. So that's Subaru. Okay? And so this company is talking, this case is talking about how the Subaru practice, okay, their business. And a lot of things are common sense. Okay, so this is Subaru, okay? I don't have their revenue, a lot of stuff, because what? They don't have the stock, okay? It doesn't issue, it's just a branch. So a lot of information is not public information, okay? So Subaru of American, base headquarters is New Jersey, okay? And they have, okay, a manufacturing in Indiana. They call what? Subaru of Indiana Automotive. Okay, so I think they still import some cars and everything. So the headquarters is in New Jersey, close to New York, so they can do that. But we are talking about this case in the manufacturing. Okay, Subaru of Indiana Automotive. So we are discussing SIA case. So this company, very briefly, they produce about 370,000 cars in 2019. That's a lot of car, okay? They have about what, 6,000 employees. They have 4 different models, but I think most of people heard about what? Legacy and Outback. These are the 2 most popular models. These are the 2 smaller cars. I don't know them that well. But Legacy and Outback, if you go to the Yankees area, northern area, okay, Wisconsin, Minnesota, New York, you'll find out a lot of people like to buy Legacy and Outback. Okay. And what do they do? Okay, they really, really practice ethics. Actually, a lot of companies do the same thing. So I just list or summarize what they've been doing. Employee benefit. Okay, they do everything an ethic company is supposed to do. Number 1, they don't lay off people. Okay, they do not lay off people because of the bad economy, because of bad sales. They rotate you to different departments. Okay, of course, if someone made mistakes, doing something unethical or inappropriate, then they still will let people go. But in general term, they do not let people go because of the bad sales or bad economy. They give raise, okay? This is not 401k, it should be 401k plans. They give you health care, tuition reimbursement, domestic partner benefit, okay? Anyone know what is domestic partner? Anyone? What is domestic partner? Someone who are not married but being treated as what? Domestic partner. Okay, I didn't know that well until a few years ago. Okay, my son has a girlfriend. Now it's his wife. Okay, but back then he has a girlfriend. They live together. Okay, after they graduate from college, his company provides very, very bad and expensive health insurance. Her company provides excellent one because she works for a pharmaceutical company. Okay, pharmaceutical company has a great relationship with what hospitals. Okay, so my daughter-in-law back then they were not married. Okay, help my son Derek with what the health insurance company can cover because Derek, okay, is her domestic partner. So for different state, California maybe 3 years, 4 years. Michigan could be 5 years. Pennsylvania maybe 4 years. Okay, every state have different marriage law. They define if you both live together, share everything together, even you are not married, you are in the domestic partner category. Okay, if she died or he died, the other side should have entitled to what? Son of the right to inherit son of the property or something. We call domestic partner. Okay, it's not sophisticated, but it's a term I just want you to know. Domestic partner. And the social responsibility, they discuss a lot of things about social responsibility. Okay, and they are doing most likely the environment and the waste. Okay, protect environment. Okay, and reduce the waste, pollutions. Okay, in this case, they do a lot of recycle. Okay, they reuse a lot of the box they receive the goods, and they reuse them. They save several $1 million. Okay, so more and more company will discuss. They will what? They will try to be socially responsible, not to damage our environment, protect our environment, etc., etc. Okay? And you can take a look of these cases, what kind of things they are doing to be more socially responsible. Also, the worker safety and health. Okay, they try different ways to reduce the injuries. Okay, that's not just SIA, also Sam's Club, Walmart, we go a lot of places. Okay, working injury is something of the top priority safety. Okay, in this company they use the ultrasound technology to help a lot of things to check different things to reduce the workers' injury. They also give the gym wellness stuff. And for certain software company like the Google, Apple, not just the gym, they also they have psychologists there. You are allowed to bring dog to your office, okay, pet to your place, and not just physical, also psychological, mental, okay. They want their employee to be healthy and balanced. Okay? So that's Subaru, and you can read it. I told you most of these practices are kind of pretty much standard for a lot of companies. Okay? Socially responsible, a good benefit package, and safety and the healthy condition of our employees. Okay? And then section 3 of the section, we talk about moods and the emotions. Anyone know what is the emotions or moods?
A mood is like a state of mind.
Exactly, state of mind. Okay, so you try to come into work, okay, but you find out you have a flat tire. You have to call someone to fix the tire, etc., etc. Would you be in good emotion or good mood? No. Before you go out to work today, your mom give you some hard time. Emma, you didn't clean up this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Of course, you have what? A bad mood or bad emotion. Okay? So, as a manager, in addition to you have to understand people's personality, okay? You have to know they have a good value system consistent with yours. You have to know they have a good attitude. very positive to the company, you also have to understand their state of mind. They are happy, they are frustrated, they are angry at certain time. Mood and emotion. Sometimes mood and emotion are short term. You have to learn how to what? Avoid it. Okay? I want to give her a big challenge. I want her to take important things. But her mom give her some time. She's not in good mood. Then I hold it for 2 hours. After something else happened, she's back to normal. Then what? As a good manager, then I present. Then I talk to her, etc., etc. Okay? Then people will take it more positive. So mood and emotion also are important things as a manager. Okay, you have to know. Okay, so mood and the manager, both of them are kind of what? State of mind. Okay, or a friend of mine. But one is longer term, one is shorter term. Okay, emotion is talking about more intense and more short term. Okay, and in the textbook, okay, they give you some definition about mood and emotion. You know it's a state of mind. Okay, and but if they ask you long term, short term, which one is more likely to be more intense? You have to know emotion is relatively compared to the mood are more intense than what? Short term. Okay, and everyone knows, okay, intuition, what is mood and the mood and emotion. So I don't want to be too long, but you have to know emotions are more likely to be short. Then this is very famous. You don't have EI, you don't have EMI, you don't control your emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Number one, you have to understand, be aware of, control, and express the emotion nicely by yourself. You also have to understand, control, okay, other people emotions. That's called what? Emotional intelligence. Okay? So you always have to be sensitive about people's emotion. Okay, a lot of people are good people, but just abnormal or just have a little bit unusual circumstances. You have to learn how to understand, how to control, how to manage, how to help them, and how to help yourself. The personality paper, okay, you'll find out you are quick temper or good temper or whatever, and you have to know. I'm very mad. My wife gave me a headache this morning, blah blah blah. But whenever I talk to my student, I still have to smile, control my emotions. Okay? So as a manager, emotional intelligence is very important, which means you have to understand what kind of situation. You have to help control and then manage them for yourself as well as for your staff or for your boss. Okay? If your boss yells at you out of no reason and you yell back, you don't have emotional intelligence because you have to understand how to manage, in addition to yourself, also what? Surrounding people. You have to manage his emotion. Okay? He did not control for certain reason, doesn't mean you cannot handle it. So that's emotional control. Okay? And understand, control, express your own and what people surrounding you. So you can be the best manager. Okay, because a lot of specific kind of event shouldn't affect the long-term process. Okay, if we manage it, use a very skilled way, then everything should be fine. Okay, so a cool manager with emotional intelligence is what? Always smile and keep cool. Always manage everything. Last subject we'll be talking about is what? Organization culture. Every organization has certain culture. Okay? Certain organization, people, everything's informal. Bank, okay? Uh, Everyone is formal. Everyone dressed differently. Okay, so all the organizations have certain culture. IKEA, frugal, informal. Okay, they don't want you to dress very well. Okay, East Allen, selling furniture, everyone's professional. All the saleswomen dress up professionally. You go to IKEA, no, they don't dress up. Blue jeans, okay, slobby sneakers, okay. So culture is different. Okay, all the company we have a good hierarchy. We have a good bureaucracy. Remember, we talk about the administrative management model. Okay, we can build up a very good bureaucracy by using positions, authorities, etc., standard operation procedure, how the different positions are related. But behavior management series says what? You have to respect people. You have to use culture to group everyone, to integrate everyone, to affect everyone. Just by everything is what? By law, by standard operation procedure. That doesn't work. Okay? So let's take a look about corporate culture. Okay? So first of all, what is corporate culture? Of course, we are talking about shared value for the entire organization. Okay, shared set of belief, expectation, values, okay, by the entire company to work together to achieve the organization goal. So we always share something, we do something similarly so we can work together to achieve the company goal. Okay, and first of all, we talk about ASA model. Okay, and Benjamin Snyder says, okay, this is the way how we make the corporate culture. We like each other, then what? We hire him. You like them, you like their culture, you join them. Then after you join, you have to be more socialized to their way. After you join them, you find out a lot of ways they do it. They try to socialize you, affecting you, make you sick. I don't like that. Or they don't allow you to call everyone by the first name. Everyone dress everyone by sir. Then I don't like that. Or everyone call by first name. I like that. So socialize. If it fit, then guess what? You stay. Doesn't fit, either you quit or people will fire you. So all the organization behavior is going through ASA model. So the corporate culture is going to be what? Stronger, stronger, stronger. Because what? Those people don't fit won't coming in. If they come in, they don't fit, guess what? They will be kicked out. So they call ASA model. Okay? And it's a very, very common sense, but please just understand what that means. And the A stands for attraction, S stands for socialization, the second A stands for attrition. Okay? And the value of the cooperation affected by four different components. First one is what? Founders and the top managers. Second one, organizational socialization process. Third one, ceremony and the rite. Last one, stories and languages. Okay, so the the one I just mentioned, four different ones. I list them 1, 2, 3, 4. Textbook also give you a chart. Okay, value of the founder. I add top management. Okay, because founders sometimes pass away, but a lot of things what still stayed. Socialization, ceremony, and story and language. All these things can together forming your organization culture. Let's take a look at the first one. Okay. First one talking about the founder. Okay. The founder. Okay. And the top manager. The book says value of founder. I also add what? And the top manager or managers. A typical situation, so many examples. Okay. IKEA. The founder is very frugal. Was. He passed away a couple of years ago. Was very frugal. So what happened? Everyone knows. You go to hotel, you drink something from the refrigerator, company will not reimburse you. You're supposed to go to Walmart, bring back your 6-pack of Coke or water, put it in the refrigerator, because that's only costs you 40 cents a bottle of water. If you drink the water from the refrigerator, costs the company $3, company will not be. That's the value of the founder. Okay, and for other company, okay, they all have different founders. Eli Lilly, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies, Indiana. The founder likes to go to work early. He'll always be there, and he likes to know who is also have this habit. Guess what? They're supposed to start working at 8 o'clock, okay? But by 6 o'clock, 40% of people were there. By 7 o'clock, 80% of people were there. Because what? The founder set up a model. Everyone tried to follow. So a lot of value of the founders or the top manager really affect the company culture. Okay, so you have to know founder really and the top manager or CEO has a lot of influence on that. The second one is talking about socialization process. Okay. Socialization process, just what? Every day we learn from each other. I see Emma next to me, she likes to do it this way. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let me try that. Then someone else actually finds out, oh, that's pretty cool. So what? Everyone learn from each other. Everyone, okay, learn from, that's called socialization. Okay. And the third one is important one. As a manager, you have to know a lot of event can do it. Event, okay, or we call ceremony and the rite. That's going to enhance the corporate culture. Okay. For instance, 3 types of rites. One is passage, induction, okay, training, retiring, okay. All these things have to do with what? Passage. Okay. So in your Greek organization, induction is a very serious process. Okay. They want you to get one more commitment through induction. Okay. Everyone's more committed through a serious reduction. And a lot of training will enhance the passage. Integration, there are a lot of things we can do, okay, regarding integration. Holiday party, and when I was vice president running my division, I always have what? Monthly birthday party. Okay, so every month I have one birthday party. I bring a big cake to the office. All the person has birthday in that month share a piece of cake. Then we talk. Then we have coffees and everything. You want to integrate people. My division, I have people from student service, academic service, and the bookstore, so they can what? They can hang out together by using the birthday party or TGIF or certain things. The last one is enhancement nature. You can do a lot of recognition dinner, presentation, award, okay? These kind of things also can help. So if you want to build up some good corporate culture, you want to get everyone good together, a lot of events you may want to consider. Okay? And last thing is what? Communication among the members are also important, okay? Story, we always have some story about certain people, okay, in the company and in school or company, okay, at certain time, people like to use certain slang or jargons, okay? I remember years ago, my children in high school, everything is random. This is random, that is random. So sometimes I use random because I've been socialized by my children and they've been socialized by their school. So certain things, okay, you're going to what? You're going to learn through the communication and also how people dressed. In the bank, everyone dressed formal. In the Allen furniture store, everyone dressed formal. But IKEA, everyone dressed informal. Okay, the car drive. My daughter worked for Amazon, investment banking. His boss, very rich people. Okay, and multi-million-dollar salary, driving a Toyota Sienna. What kind of car my daughter bought for herself? I told you my son-in-law, what kind of car he has? Subaru, right? What kind of car my daughter drive? Sienna. Because what? Her boss drive that, okay? And her co-worker, everyone has a minivan. Odyssey or Sienna. Okay, so people are what? Learn from each other, okay? And they try to play low key. They could afford, okay, very, very good SUV, okay, name brand, Acura, or some name, no, we just want one economical car. So a lot of things, the dress, okay, and formality of the language they use, all these things, languages and stories, corporate culture, okay, also what interact with this. Language is going to affect culture. Culture is going to affect what the language. So today we finish chapter 3, and like I told you, okay, and you may want to consider in future, okay, to try to do your mind map. I probably will do a couple more ones to share with you, okay, and the ideal way is what? Using different color and use a different diagram. Everyone can make your own, okay, and Monday, no class. Do not try to log in, get frustrated. Monday, we have a test, okay? I decided I will send you the password. Once I get up, sometimes 7 or 6, okay? I'll get you the password. You have the entire morning to do it. Before 1 o'clock, you have to finish your exam 1. Okay, you want to do it same time, this time, great, 9 to 10. Okay, you want to be earlier, fine, then you can take the rest of the morning off. But we don't have class, we do that. For the exam, 40 multiple choices, okay? And all these multiple choices are from the chapter quiz, Theta Bank. So you have to study the chapter quiz, okay? Focus on some definitions, focus on mistakes, you're gonna do it great, okay? Exam is not open book, okay? I require you to use responders test. You will be recorded. You are required to record it. So thank you for coming to class.